And we see that Rin has got a little bit more on the darker side. She's even willing to kill Shiro, someone that helped her literally at the start of the Holy Grail War, and showing, yeah, Tosaka, she's getting a little bit dark right now. So this episode of Fate had so many, like, reason at the start, so many little hints to, like, Fate Zero or something. Like, we see Ilya in the bath and stuff like that, and say she'll make Shiro suffer, like, in Kurisugu's place, and it's like, okay, she knows about something about Kurisugu. And I'm like, yo, if people don't know about that, you watch that fucking Fate Zero back there, because Kurisugu is a fucking boss. I will tell you that. And it's like, one thing is strange, because it is very different from the Fate routes. It's like, normally, like, we actually see, like, Rin actually staying with Shiro, but she's like, no, I'm leaving, I'm going my own path, and the next time we see each other, we'll be enemies. Like, you just don't get in my way, and I'll make sure you live. That's pretty much how it goes like that. And for most part of this episode, it was Saber explaining the servant classes to, like, Shiro, and, like, all their weaknesses, saying, you know, hey, I may be the Saber class, I may be the best character, like, pretty much to use with all close combat types, but if I'm going against someone long range, or if I'm going against, like, sort of magic or something like that, I'm pretty much screwed. I can't go against those certain types. Like, I like that because each class, yes, the Saber class is technically the most strongest class out of all of them, and mainly because, like, yeah, she's such a strong servant, and it's just like the best all-round cast with its abilities and stuff like that. But regardless of what, you can still get taken out by some of the other, like, caster or berserker or any of the other classes. It depends how good the heroic spirit is, and also as well just how pretty much how lucky you are. And I feel as well, one thing as well with Saber, I especially noticed in this episode, is that Saber feels like she's more kinder and more open up to Shiro than, like, the Fate route. I feel like she's more, like, open up and more kind to him and, like, sort of understands him. Yes, she does keep some of her, like, cool aspects from Fate, but I don't know, I feel like she has a lot of trust in Shiro already, whilst in the Fate route it was kind of slightly different all out with her, and I kind of like it that it feels completely different from the Fate route. I mean, yeah, we're going to have some identical things coming into the story and all that, but I like there's a huge difference all that. Not to mention as well, we finally went to the school because it was like Shiro had to, like, deliver a freaking bento or something to Fujima. It's like, you definitely see, like, when Saber was sensing up to school and she was, like, squaring up against the teacher and all that, it was like, yo, something might happen soon. It was like, nah, there was just little false alarms saying, oh, nah, he ain't no mage or nothing like that, the teacher, but I do sense a strong amount of, like, pride or something from him, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like, and even when we see, like, Saber, like, and Shiro trying to explain, yeah, Saber's living with me, like, right now. Sakura was so butthurt about Saber living with him, and it's like, literally, they got both, like, Fujima and, like, both Sakura as well, they got so butthurt that they got so, like, butthurt about this, that they literally say it, and, like, she was like, what the fuck, Fujina is staying with me, even Sakura, it's like, you don't just, like, oh, I'm just immediately gonna live in your house like that, you don't do that, you fucking pieces of shit like that, but, yeah, they definitely don't want Saber to get, they're close to Shiro, I'm just saying like that. And not to mention, right about the ending of the episode as well, we did get to see a little bit of Rin awesomeness. We did get to see her, like, attack, like, these bone familiars and stuff like that. It was kind of awesome. It was a very short little scene, and we saw her, like, on top of the tower and found out, you know, all this, like, stuff, like, what happened to this building was actually caused by Caster. She's been, like, stealing life force and everything from people, and that we find out that apparently she's at Ryodo Temple, and she's actually stealing life force, and that she probably did see the fight between Berserker, Archer, and Saber, so there's definitely, like, she's probably already got some insight about, like, noble phantasms and know what they're exactly going to do. So, it seems like Caster at the moment, she's got a little bit of insight at the moment what they're going to do, and she seems like she's got the advantage at the moment because she's definitely absorbing some energy. Overall, I did enjoy this episode, but it felt like a lot of build-up and all that compared to, like, the last week's one was, like, just absolutely insane. We do need these, like, we can't just keep having hype like that. We can't just keep having that. We do need those slower episodes to, you know, help more with the pace and also to explain more about the world and the characterization of, like, people and all that. But overall, I think this was an okay episode, but, you know, it didn't add up to, like, the godlikeness of what last week's Fate was. So I'm going to give this, like, a 6.5 to near a 7. I feel like 6.5 more-ish. Like, it was a good episode, but it wasn't anything, like, special. We just mainly explained a lot of the stuff to, like, newer Fate fans about the classes and stuff in Fate. And also as well as some little build-up with, like, Saber, Shiro, Rin, and all that. I mean, the best part of this episode were the Rin parts. I thought that they were the absolutely awesome bits where she was taking on those skull familiars with her magic. But, yeah, that's all I think about this Fate episode. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But that's all from me, so I'll see you guys